Hey, it's Ginger. We're going to try and call in for the Ask the Realtor segment on B101.5. So I'm on the radio every first Friday from 7 to 8 a.m. and I have to call in because I can't go there today, unfortunately. So stay tuned. All right, I'm going to give it a shot. Let's see what happens. Their phones actually went down and I just had surgery, so I can't actually drive there. So I don't know. We're trying to call in. We'll see if it works.
Hi, B101.5.
It's Ginger.
Hey, Ginger.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Are you recovering? Are you recovered?
I'm recovering. I guess because I'm not allowed to drive still until next week.
Right.
So yeah, better every day. Thank goodness.
That's a long process to recover from. Megan had that done a couple of years ago, and yeah, it was a little bit.
Yeah.
Get going.
Yes. But oh well, I guess I didn't need my appendix, so it's gone.
You feel a little lighter?
I feel a little lighter. It's good.
All right. We're actually about 30 seconds away, so
Okay.
Oh, real quick, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yes, happy Friday, TGIF. My goodness, here we are finally getting into the weekend. So good, so good. All right, checking the weather. Looks like it's going to be right around 91 for the high today. Mostly sunny, and it is 95 over the weekend. So going to be crazy hot once again, but not too much chance of rain. Hey, we're really excited because Ginger Walker's in the studio on the phone for Ask a Realtor. I mean, technically, you're in the studio.
Technically through my house in the studio, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very nice to have you back. I mean, goodness, I feel like it's been forever.
I know.
Yeah, so Ginger Walker with the Give Back team for Ask a Realtor this morning. If you've got questions for her, you can just text in 540-899-1015. Already had a great question come in, and I want to get to this in just a little bit, Ginger, about any advice that you have for a first-time home buyer. What an exciting time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
First time, but I know this is a crazy time to do it too, in the year of the coronavirus. So we want to chat about that here in just a few minutes. But are things different? I mean, with people buying houses right now, I know you're trying to do a lot of things virtually.
Well, it's interesting because people are, now that we're phase 3 in the Northern Virginia, Fredericksburg area, we're moving and people are out. So we're actually showing more homes, actually taking people across the threshold. So it's kind of a hybrid, but we're doing less virtually and more in person, but still a lot is being done in the virtual world. So it's kind of right now a hybrid between both, I would say.
Yeah, and it can be done, and a lot of people are thinking about it and trying to make big decisions and life changes. And Ginger's going to help you through that whole process. If you've got questions for her, just text in right now 540-899-1015 or 800-685-1015 on the Fletcher Construction Hotline. Ginger's going to be happy to answer all of your real estate questions this morning for Ask a Realtor. Robert's in the Rappahannock Goodwill Time Saver Traffic Center.
Sponsored by Train Heating and Cooling. Because it's hard to stop a train, enjoy comfort that's built to last with a new Train Heating and Cooling system at Train.
You're right back.
Okay. So this is what I do every first Friday of the month from 7 to 8 a.m. I don't know what's happening.
B101.5
info to go. The governor has signed a bill for gun legislation. It comes after the one-year anniversary of the Virginia Beach shootings. Some of the gun control measures passed include universal background checks, reinstates the one-gun-a-month law, a judge halting the removal of Confederate monuments in Richmond. The lawsuit claims the mayor didn't follow proper notice requirements. Most statues are already gone. Longer summer for students in Fairfax County. School board in Fairfax moved the first day of school from August 25th to September 8th. Give faculty extra time to get used to this new normal. Online, B101.5.com. Subscribe to our all-local YouTube channel, B101.5 FM.
Alrighty, ma'am. Alrighty. We've got one song and then we'll get back at it.
Okay, cool.
Alright. So what's been going on besides crazy appendectomy?
Well, trying to look at schools for my daughter. That's what happened, actually. We were touring Dartmouth, and then I ended up seeing Dartmouth Hospital. So trying to get college visits, which in the, Corona, you don't really get a visit. You just get to walk around the campus on your own with a handheld piece of paper, and a tour that you can kind of walk around and figure it out on your, all by yourself. So it's kind of a bummer, but, we're busy with work, and Dylan is our newest agent, and he's out rocking and rolling. He's been showing clients property. He's probably going to write another contract today. And I mean, it's been crazy for us. So it's a good crazy. It's not a bad crazy. It's a good crazy. So just busy, and houses are still moving within less than 24 hours in some cases with multiple offers. Yeah. I was in the emergency room, Dee, and I had 2 houses on the market. And it was chaos. Like, I had to have someone help me step in.
Sure, good gracious.
Yeah. So it's just been busy, but it's all, it's all good stuff. It's not, the market's not so crazy that it's overwhelming, but it's busy. So it's good. How about you guys? What have you guys been up to? Are you doing anything to the house any different?
No, we're still just working on every little section, basically. I mean, we're just in the midst of redoing the master bedroom, and we're about a little more than halfway done with that. And we're just getting everything. We're trying to just go down the checklist. I mean, we redid the family room, and we're just doing a lot of like little things in the paint and fixing some of the trim and just all of that stuff. Trying to get things in there that we know we're going to want in there when we show the house. Got a new couch, and we're getting new curtains and all that good stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Trying to slowly go down the list.
Yes. Well, that's the best thing to do though. When you have time, when you have the ability to take the time to do that, it's definitely better to do it that way for sure.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's been busy. We're all the time tired because we're painting and moving and doing all that.
I hear you. Have you, is it like downtown Fredericksburg? Have you guys gotten out a little bit more to restaurants and stuff and the bars, or what's that like?
I was going to say we went out once downtown, but that was about it. And then we had to go to Georgia, to, help Deegan's daughter. She's going to be moving to a new house at the end of this month, and we were trying to help her do house shopping for a new place, and so we actually ended up doing that, and then we found out that one of her friends was exposed to the virus, and so we had to quarantine for an extra week. So
Oh gosh.
yeah, so I had an extra week at home, which was nice, but
Right.
not for necessarily that reason. Hang on 1 second. Here we go.
Sure.
716 Ask a Realtor going on right now. If you want to get in your real estate questions, you can just text in 540-899-1015. Ginger Walker with the Give Back team is hanging out on the phone with us this morning. Ginger, you've been busy. You've been a busy girl. I'm telling you, you've been busy.
Well, some good stuff, some little sideways stuff, but I'm sorry I'm not in the studio with you today. I had emergency surgery, so I've been busy with recovery, but I will tell you the market has been just as crazy as it has been like almost all the way through Corona. I mean, we're coming out of into phase 3, like I mentioned before, but people are definitely out and houses are moving fast. I mean, still like in a matter of hours in some cases. So yeah, we're the team and we've been rocking and rolling as far as that's concerned for sure.
I got to tell you, you are a workaholic. I mean, you like to get it done for everybody, and still somehow when you were in the middle of emergency surgery, having your appendectomy, somehow you were still selling houses while you were in the hospital, which is just fantastic.
Yeah, I hit the emergency room. We dropped a house for sale on Friday, and I hit the emergency room not long after that when we were on college tours up in Dartmouth for my daughter. And from the emergency room, so my kids actually, it was just my kids and I, they had to drop me off at the ER and leave me because you couldn't go in because of the virus. And so
Right.
my husband was 2.5 hours away. So I texted him and I said, "Hey, this is where I am." And he knew I was going because I wasn't feeling so well. The other text was to Zach from the Give Back team to say, "Hey, this is where I am, and I'm going to need some help with my clients because those houses are moving fast and we've got multiple offers." So yeah, there were 2 phone calls made from the ER, one to my husband and one to my work husband, I should call him, I guess,
Right.
So
To
yes.
get it done still. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah, what I'm surprised, I guess, is that, that we were talking about this when we just sort of got into the big heat of the coronavirus kind of kicking in April and May. And we were talking about it then, how like houses were selling super fast. And I'm surprised that they're still selling so fast. Like you're not even having houses on the market for over, a couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, so that particular weekend, we put the house on the market on a Friday, and we were with nonstop showings. We put another house on the market the day of my I actually on Sunday, and we did an open house. Melissa from the team, Melissa and Dylan did an open house at that one, and they had nonstop showings, and I think we had to cut it off at 9 offers. So in one day, less than 4 hours, and people still wanted to put in offers after the seller had already accepted one. So I will say, and I know I've said this, and this is kind of my catchphrase all the way along, but if something's priced appropriately to how it shows, it's going to sell quickly, because there's investors now that are out there looking for investment opportunities. I mean, they're always out there, but probably more are coming out now. And then we've got our first time home buyers that are looking now because rentals have ended. A lot of rentals end at this time of the year. And then our military moves have all started happening, our government moves, and people not with the government, not with the military, they move 24/7. It doesn't matter, 12 months out of the year. So our market just has kind of kicked into what I call like, this is our spring market right now. I know it's summer and it's like 1,000 degrees outside, like you guys just gave the weather, but it's a spring market right now because houses definitely are moving and buyers are definitely out. So it's busy. It's good.
Well, that was the question we had come in a little bit earlier about any advice you have for first-time home buyers. I mean, that's such an exciting time to be buying your house, buying a house for the very first time. I know it's a little different to do it during coronavirus, but what advice do you give first-time home buyers when they're just starting this process, which can seem super overwhelming?
Yes. So I have the first 2 things I suggest so I'm the fun one. We're the fun ones as the realtors to take you out shopping. And that is the best part is to, go out and look. But you also need to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success and working with a lender right from the beginning. So we work with several local lenders that we will recommend because they've done an excellent job for our clients. So I would say that although that's not the fun part, prepare yourself for, your last 2 years of taxes, your bank statements, anything related to your financials, because you're going to need to be able to give that to your lender and they will be pulling your credit. So the sooner you start the process of that, the better, because then you really know what you can comfortably afford. When we get online and we look on Zillow or we go on one of those calculators, they're kind of generic. And so sometimes they set the wrong expectation. So my first thought and my first piece of advice is definitely find a great realtor who can help guide you through the process that's worked with first-time home buyers before. And then also work with them to help you find a lender that would be appropriate, hopefully, for what your needs are, depending on what kind of program you might be able to be eligible for. And then that's the first thing, the first step, but also to prepare yourself financially to spend about $1,000 for your appraisal and your home inspection. And you're going to need probably about another $1,000 for an earnest money deposit check. I'll tell you, Stafford County South, it's usually $1,000. If you go north, it's usually about 1% of the sales price. So most first-time home buyers don't realize that they have to put some money out at the very beginning of the contract or towards the beginning. That earnest money deposit check is yours. You get that back at the end, at closing. But you do need to prepare yourself, I'd say, for about $2,000 to come out of your bank account when you're getting ready to extend an offer and you go under contract. So
yeah, that makes sense. And plus that helps you kind of get ready knowing, okay, I need about this much to kind of get the ball rolling.
Right, exactly. And contract to close, once you find the home for you, it can be 30 days. So if you're in a rental, for example, you also want to look into what do I need to do to let where I'm renting know I'm leaving. When does your rental end? And if you are in a rental, you usually need to give them 30 or 60 days notice. So make sure that you're really looking into where you are currently, how to exit that without a penalty, because people forget about that part too.
Right. And so Mikey had a text from Mikey just came in a few minutes ago. He had a good follow-up question with this, and I know a lot of this might be kind of, you work with lenders, and the lender might be able to answer this a little bit more, but he was asking about credit. So when you're going in, first-time home buyer, is there a set minimum credit score that you need? And do you have any advice, like with people that are coming in that want to like raise their credit score kind of quickly to purchase a new house for the first time?
So, Mike, that's a great question. And I will say that the guidelines for lending, and I'm not a lender, but the guidelines for lending with COVID and everything that was happening, the credit scores they actually went up, the requirements. But we do work with a lender. We work with actually all of our lenders that will assist with credit repair. So they'll look at your credit report and see what it is that maybe you could pay off or what you could do to help get your credit up. And then they'll do what's called a rapid rescore. So I'm happy to help you with that if you're in the Northern Virginia area. But with the lenders right now, I would say that you really need to be a 620 and over. Okay. For most lenders, but I do have someone that we work with where if you're under that, they still can work with you. We just had someone that one of our lenders in Northern Virginia was able to help, and they were under 600. So it is case by case, obviously, but hopefully those numbers will start to come back down now as we're kind of all businesses are starting to open and things are becoming a little bit more free flowing, and hopefully the banks will relax a little bit on that number. But the reason for that was because people were losing their jobs, people weren't being able to make payments on things. And so, the credit part is really important in the process for the lending side. So they became
the risk was bigger, yeah.
Right.
They had to up the score. I mean, that makes sense.
Right. So hopefully I answered that question, but if Mike would like, some local recommendations, I'm happy to provide those for you.
Yeah, it's really great to know, because I think, you kind of feel a little bit better of like, oh, okay, well, my credit score is here, but there is somebody who can help me work on it quickly.
Right.
And if it's under that, it's not impossible for me to buy a house.
Correct. I mean, we've had many clients that have been in that situation and they needed, a 20-point jump, and our lenders are amazing in working with our clients to help them see, okay, if I do this, this is what will happen. And they're good about giving you time frames too, because I think that's important. Like, if you want to buy a house tomorrow, well, you can't buy it tomorrow because your credit's not there maybe, but maybe I can buy it in 3 months if I do these things and get the rescore, or maybe in 2 months, or maybe even faster, or maybe a little bit longer. So that I'd really say that the lender would be the one that I defer to on that. But it is definitely possible. And we've helped many clients buy their first home or subsequent homes that had, some credit issues at the beginning that we were able to help them through with our lenders.
Yeah, and that always makes people feel a lot better. GiveBackTeam.com is the website if you want to get in touch with Ginger, and of course she can help hook you up with a great lender and get you all that great information and start the process. It really is a fun process, even though it takes a little bit. At the same time, Ginger walks you through the whole process, and of course you've got a whole team with the
Macy's Black Friday in July with the
That was good. I'm glad we got another question. That was good.
Yeah, that was very good. Very good.
So have you guys kind of all gone back to work at the studio, or are you still limited in staff people there?
We're still limited. We're still on except for the on-air people, we're still on a voluntary basis to come back into the building. So we probably have about, I want to say about like 70-80% of people back in the building, but they're trying to kind of rotate when all of them are going to be here, so they're not here every day, and they're doing work from home on the other days.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they're still trying to keep everything kind of like not crowded in the building all at one time.
Right. That makes sense for sure. I mean, our offices are like that too. They're kind of like tumbleweed going through the front door.
Right.
Well, we're doing the back to school drive, give back team. We're doing it at our Stafford office. And then on Monday, we're actually doing a team meeting to talk about Fill Dr. Bear's Closet and the kickoff for that.
Right. And I know that it's going to be a lot different this year for the Carathon.
Yeah.
So whenever you want, you can just reach out to Mandy and talk to her. I know she's getting the requirements for what they can collect this year, which I think is a very limited amount of things.
Okay. I figured it probably all has to be, like wrapped and stuff yeah.
So I think it's a short list of things that they can get. And I mean it's gonna be a tough year. It's gonna be a tough year on this end as far as like getting people to donate. I'm not sure we're gonna be anywhere near the money totals that we've been in the past, and I think that's expected. They are not letting us go to DC. They're not letting us in the hospital.
And that's definitely understandable. Are you guys just going to do something from the radio station?
Yeah,
you think?
we're going to do it all from the studio, which is going to be interesting. It's going to be different. I'm trying to wrap my head around that. I'm not sure quite how I feel about it. I'm disappointed, but
yeah.
I mean, I think that's unfortunately the strong feeling of the entire year in general. So, just a lot of things changed, and we've got to figure out a different way to sort of paint it all and really, give it a different kind of a feel this year. And I think we will. It's just adjusting and kind of making it different. So, we'll probably be able to have, a lot of people who are involved, as you guys as well, come into the studio, and maybe if we can't have everybody in the studio, we're probably going to be able to have some people come in and be in the lobby. Like if they're gonna set up phones or anything, they'll probably set some up in the lobby, so that you guys can come in and work on stuff like that if you want to come in during the.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I know the Fairy Godmother Project ball is now virtual.
Right, I thought I saw that.
Yeah. So I'm not even sure what we're gonna do. I mean, I might have a party at my house and have everyone here.
Yeah.
For that, and then just do it that way, because that's kind of what they're, everyone's doing. That's what they had to go to. So, and I understand. I mean, I'm disappointed too, because that's always a fun thing for us. But you got to do what you got to do to keep everyone safe, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah. I mean, it really is, no doubt about it. And it's just about kind of rebranding it in a new way this year, and I think all of that can be done. It's kind of like sitting down and getting creative about it, which is kind of what we're doing here. The last couple of weeks, we've done some meetings about how do we go forward with just it looking different and sounding different, and not as all of our interactions for the most part will be pre-recorded and all that stuff.
Right. Well, I did see the Children's National banner at the Walmart Shopette on 610. So I saw so they had a bunch of signage and then a big banner across where the self-checkout is. So that got me excited to start seeing that.
Yeah, that is good. Let me put you on hold, Jim.
Okay.
Somebody's calling. I see if
Yep.
we have a...
Go ahead.
No.
So normally in the studio, I have headphones on. Right now I don't. So I'm not sure if when I'm live and when I'm not live. So that's why I'm not really talking to you guys too much. But this is kind of how it goes. It's pretty cool in the studio though, because I can hear the music, but they turn it down. So you probably can't hear it right now on the phone.
I'm going to run to the restroom, Ginger. I'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good. So when I hear the music on the phone down below my desk, I think that I'm getting ready to go back on. But typically we wear headphones, and there is a fourth person who does the traffic who's not with us. He comes in from another location. I want to say he's in Maryland. So it's kind of cool because I'm in the studio with Dee, and then Robert's the one that's not in the studio with us. And Ted comes in and he does the news is usually the one that he kind of flies in. And then at the end, we do a game, which I'm hoping we get to do today because I get to play for someone. And usually they let me win, I think, because I'm a guest. We'll see today what happens. But yeah, the questions come in. They come in via Facebook. They text in. They call in. It's just a lot of fun. And being in the studio is a lot of fun. So this is disappointing that I'm actually not there today. But we get some really great questions. And some of the answers will apply specifically to Northern Virginia, but some of them will apply to anywhere. So we'll talk about sometimes staging, all kinds of tips. So if you have a specific question that you're interested in, you can always drop it wherever you're seeing this, and I'm happy to answer it for you. So please feel free to do that. And I think we're probably going back on soon. Put it back down here. But this is my home office. And so this is where I'm usually sitting. Been doing a lot of FaceTime virtual calls from here, a lot of Zoom calls with clients, with COVID. So this has been kind of like command central for me. I am going back into my office, which is one of them is just down the street. So in Stafford, and then I have another one in Gainesville, Virginia. I haven't made it up there yet, but AJ has. So I think he was there yesterday. So we sit between two offices right now as a team. And three of us were in the office yesterday at the Stafford office. AJ was at the Fredericksburg office. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, we're slowly going back into that office, but still doing quite a bit from, virtual world. So anyway, I hope that this is fun and entertaining. You're missing a lot not being in the studio this time because you get to hear all the chaos and see all the chaos, but it's a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun. So thanks for joining me. This, yeah, it's supposed to be working. It's not hooked up to my new laptop. These things happen. See what's going on Facebook.
do you want to chat about the back to school supply drive you're doing?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. Got about 2 minutes.
So have you guys gotten to the beach? I know you guys went that one weekend. Have you been able to get down there at all? More than that, or no?
Well, no, we were gonna go, but we didn't end up going because we went to Georgia.
Oh,
So we didn't end up going.
that's a bummer. I'm not even allowed to go in my pool for another 3 weeks or 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh, right?
I know. I'm sitting out there and it's like 1,000 degrees out, and all I want to do is jump in. I'm like, ah.
Right? No doubt.
So the beach would be a huge tease, although I absolutely love the beach. That's one of my favorite places.
Yeah, we made it to the beach at Georgia for a day while we were down there, so that was nice.
Were people on the beach, or was it crowded, or was it not? Was it?
It wasn't really too crowded. I mean, it was busy, but it wasn't too crowded, and everybody was like keeping a pretty good distance apart. It wasn't. No one was on top of each other at all.
That's good.
I mean, I'm sure that's changed now that July 4th and all has hit.
Yeah.
So that was early June. So yeah, it was or mid June. So yeah, it was. There were people definitely, but it wasn't like on top of each other.
Right.
Nice. Because if it would have been, we would have been super uncomfortable.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's just so crazy.
God, it is. Crazy time.
So for the Phil Dr. Bear's closet, I will reach out to her to yeah, but do you think that like how I don't even know how we would get the stuff up there. Would they allow us to just drop it all off, do you think?
That's a great question. Hang on one second. We're getting ready to go.
Okay.
B101.5, it's Dee in the morning. It's Ask a Realtor Day. Ginger Walker is on the line, hanging out in the studio on the phone anyway. So if you've got questions, she's got answers. Real estate questions on your mind about buying or selling a house or moving or staging a house or anything that you've got on your mind, you can just text in 540-899-1015 on the Fletcher Construction Hotline. You guys are always so busy, Ginger, doing some fantastic things for the community, even during the crazy of 2020 virus year. You're still doing a lot of stuff, including, I know you've got a really big thing coming up with Stafford County Schools.
Yes, so we are, I think this is our 3rd year in a row, we are doing the back to school drive. So we are collecting supplies for the kids of Stafford County. And we are one of the drop-off sites. So some of our clients also, as you know, we give back to the charity of our client's choice after they close. And so we've even had some clients recently say, go ahead and, put the money towards helping the kids go back to school. Hopefully they go back to school. So that's what we're kicking that one off right now. We at our office at 100 Parkway Boulevard, the Caldwell Banker Elite office, that's where one of the Give Back Team offices is. We are collecting there. So if you have anything that you'd like to take off of the list, which we're going to post on our Facebook page, it's official Give Back Team. That's our new handle for Facebook. But we will be posting the list there of what Stafford County is asking for the kids to be able to go back to school. So we're collecting, I think, for the next 2 weeks for the kids. So last year we were able to overflow the box this year, and we donated about 60 stuffed completed backpacks. So this year we would like to be able to say that we can do the same. I know it's probably a little bit more challenging this year because less people are out shopping, and people are also scared about going into offices and stuff like that. I will say our office is locked, so if you're coming by, just make sure you knock on the door. We do have Mary usually is there at the reception from 9 to 5 every day. So but yeah, we would love for the community to help support the kids and get them back to school. I think we're now going on August 17th in Stafford County. I think they've moved it from the 10th to the 17th. So we'd like to get them started off right this year, like we try and do every year. So
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it's a really great way to help out, obviously, the Stafford County kids and to be able to get them going back this year and that sort of thing. I know that, you guys are a part of this and have been a part of this in the past, but you got to think this year with everything being so up in the air, Ginger, it's like, you really want to help families out this year that are probably struggling. A lot of people have had their hours cut at work or maybe have even had to change jobs or try to find a new job or they're on unemployment. And so, getting new supplies for the school year probably, unfortunately, falls, kind of down on the list when it comes to, trying to pay the bills and do the other things.
absolutely, absolutely. I mean, and so, the backpack itself might not be as important this year, but everything that goes into it, because you think the kids, that get their supplies from school that don't have them, at home. So it is really important. And it's important to also be able to help our teachers out, because I think we're going back as a hybrid situation. I think, in Stafford, you had that option, hybrid or completely virtual. And so for those kids that are home, or when they're home for their instruction, it is really important, like you said, Dee, to make sure that they do have the tools to help them be successful, because it is a little challenging. I mean, I'm a parent of now a rising freshman. I can't believe it. I have two high schoolers, a freshman in high school and a senior in high school. And, I'm fortunate because one of my kids drives and, getting to and from school, but there's going to be a lot of kids that, with the busing and stuff like that, that their options are going to be a little bit more limited. So making sure that they have the supplies in their home to get them off to the school year successfully is so important. And, those supplies too, when we pass them off, I can tell you from the years past, what the county does is, if there's anything left over, they actually do provide them to the schools, to the teachers, so that they get to the students. So, if you're picking up supplies for your own children and you want to just pick up a pack of pencils or index cards or some notebooks, even if it isn't the right one on the list and it's what you find, because if, resources are limited, just pick it up, if you can, and drop it off, because someone somewhere is going to use it. One of our local kids is definitely going to be in need of some school supplies for sure.
Absolutely. It's so great that you guys are doing this. If you want to find out details on where you can drop off in Stafford County, it's the Caldwell Banker Elite Stafford County office. But go to the Facebook page, and you'll see all of the details there. Official Give Back Team on Facebook if you want to get all the details. All right, coming up in just a few minutes, we just got a text in from Kevin who says, I want to sell my house really soon, and I want to know what buyers are looking for in the house.
Okay.
Yeah, really, really great question. So we're going to get to that here in just a few minutes. If you've got a question for Ginger in the last 10 minutes or so, make sure you text in 540-899-1015 for Ask a Realtor. Ginger Walker with the Give Back Team, and check out their Facebook, Official Give Back Team on Facebook. Robertson, the Rappahannock Goodwill Time Saver Traffic Center. Good job.
That was good.
Yeah, it was good.
I hope I do worry, because, I see some of the other boxes and some of the other, locations, and there's nothing in them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It is worrisome trying to collect this year, no doubt.
But we always go out and spend a couple $100 and fill our box to, help fill what we're missing. So,
right.
And we just had 2 closings that they literally just said, do what you want with it, whatever you think is where it needs to go. So,
that's good. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. So we're lucky to be able to have clients that are, where do you need it to go?
Right.
So. But some of it will go to Children's National too. Once we get this underway, then, Children's National will get the next bumps, which will be good.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's always nice to have people that, can just give you,
Yeah.
check and say, hey, do what you need to do with it.
Yep.
Just make it a little bit easier.
But whatever you guys need for the Children's National for the Carathon, just let us know. Like whatever help or wherever you want us to go. I mean, we're in. So.
Yeah, we're just starting to kind of map things out, and I know Mandy had some discussion with Aaron at the hospital, and I know they were talking about the limited list far as what they could take. So I think she has that list,
Okay.
I believe. So whenever you want to reach out to her, she may have the answers pretty handy.
You know, and for the calling center, if I can ask if we can use our downtown Fredericksburg office, we have a big open space with
That's right.
tables. So maybe we can even do call centers remotely, like from there.
Yeah, that's a good thought, actually. Yeah, I'll either you can bring that up to Mandy, or
Okay.
I'll bring it up to her. For some reason, you don't remember to do it, but she can just relay that to the hospital and see if that's possible, just to set up. It should be pretty easy, actually, just to set up 5 or 6 phones at your downtown place.
Yeah, I mean, we're not that, it's not that far from you guys, so.
Yeah, that's I'm writing that down. Good idea.
I mean, who knows where we're going to be in the end of September, right? It's still the end of September that we're doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like a million years away at the moment, for some reason.
I know, but you know what? It's not going to be.
Oh my gosh, I know. Crazy.
I'll try and reach out to her later today, though.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're going to start our planning meeting on Monday. So we just try and plan on the calendar, like when we're launching different things for, community stuff that we're doing. So, so that would be good.
I think it's going to be the 24th and 25th of September.
Okay. All right. Are we playing a game today?
We are not. We are not playing a game.
Really?
I know. I'm sorry. We had to shift around a couple of prizes. So we didn't have anything for today.
It's okay. It's a good thing I didn't bring a candy bar in to bribe you.
All right. Nobody needs a wasted candy bar. All right, hang on 1 second.
Sure.
In the morning. Dua Lipa, Don't Start Now. It is 7:50, and Ginger Walker is on the phone with us in the studio on the phone, and she's hanging out. She's also recovering, by the way, from having an appendectomy, which is not funny at all. I'm so glad you're recovering. I'm so glad everything went okay. But man, it just takes a while to recover from that. And then we all learned that apparently you don't need your appendix. So that's
Yep.
something we learned.
Yep. They said, you know what? You don't need it. It's okay. It's not helping you. It's hurting you. It's got to go. I'm like, okay.
Feel lighter as you walk around now?
Yeah, sure.
A little bit of load off or something, yeah.
My son jokes that it's my new weight loss surgery. I was like, yeah, no, I don't think I would have opted for that one. But okay.
Right? Not really the way you wanted to do it.
No.
But Ginger's in the studio. If you've got questions here in the last few minutes, you can just text in for Ask a Realtor, 540-899-1015. Had a really, really great question come in from Kevin. He said, I want to sell my house really soon. What are buyers looking for these days? Is it anything different as far as like what's in the house? I mean, I guess if you're getting ready to sell your house and you have some time to kind of set things up, stage things in a way, what are buyers looking for right now when they're shopping new houses?
So we always say kitchens and master bathroom are two critical areas. Things that people forget, though, that will make your house show much better is decluttering. I always say declutter first. So if you are planning on moving, start boxing up all your personal stuff. You want the buyer to see themselves in that house. So declutter first. Don't forget your front entrance. So I would definitely, now's a great time to throw some pretty flowers out there, even if they're just in some planters at the front door. Spruce up the front door and your shutters. Make sure if you have an HOA that you're complying with what the HOA requirements are. But buyers really are looking for neutral palettes. So while you have time on the weekends or you're sitting, at home or working from home and taking a break, keep the walls neutral. So if you have a crazy orange wall, start looking at your rooms and trying to make it more of a neutral palette. So your kitchens, your bathrooms are the biggest ones, but if you want to sell fast, you're probably not prepared to do a major renovation. So paint does a wonder. And I would keep it again neutral, more of that greige color, if depending on the colors of your floors and things like that. Keeping it more taupe-ish if it's more of the browns that your home is leaning towards in your kitchen cabinets. Or if you've got white kitchen cabinets and white ceilings, go more gray, but I would say kind of keep it in that greige hue. But paint will do amazing things for your home. So kitchens and bathrooms are the big things. Those you can definitely get help with staging, but less is always more. So those are my quick tips. I always say the 3 Ds: declutter, depersonalize, and deep clean. So a buyer will be able to envision themselves in your home if you do those things right off the bat.
Yeah, that makes sense because, you're right. They want to come in and picture themselves there and, how that can go. And the quicker that can happen, probably the faster you're going to sell your house. And Kevin had a follow-up question, too, about, maybe the outside space. Like a lot of people, maybe summertime they're thinking about it more, but looking for some good outdoor stuff. Like, do you have a deck? Make sure you power wash the deck and you've got everything looking good back there. Do you have a driveway? Do you have a garage? Maybe spruce things up a little bit in the backyard. Outdoor space kind of a big thing if it's available.
Yes. So what we do for our listings is we actually use a drone for all of our homes. So we want to highlight that space. And I think that that's a pretty powerful photo. And in our videos, we do that as well. So I would say that, yes, if you have a deck, if you have a patio, go buy, go to one of the inexpensive stores and buy the pop of color, which would be an umbrella. Put an umbrella out there. Lowe's and Home Depot have those Adirondack plastic chairs that are like $15 each. Get 2 of those. They're a pop of color. And then just buy a pre-done planter with a pop of color. And you're now giving someone the vision of, wow, I could relax back here. It doesn't have to be super expensive. You can get like a $30, umbrella. Like I said, $30 in 2 chairs and maybe $20 in a planter. And that's perfect for staging. So yes, power washing is important. If you have that, green on the siding, you definitely want to refresh that. And like I said, the front door, that's your first impression. So definitely start with the front, but don't forget the back. So if you can add fresh flowers, like right now they're all over the place, just pop some color in different places or different planters. It'll just make it very inviting. And that's what buyers are going to want to see is, wow, I can see myself, relaxing out here with a glass of wine, or the kids playing in the backyard, or, having some barbecue, friends over for a barbecue. So you want to give the illusion and paint the picture.
I'm already picturing myself there with a glass of wine. I really am. I can already see it. Like I've got the cocktail. I'm ready to go. Like I feel like, you totally set the stage for me. That was very nice. Very nice.
You're welcome.
Had a quick question. One more come in from Ava, who said, are you guys still doing open houses during coronavirus? Are you still able to tour a house when you see a listing?
That's a great question. And the answer is sort of. So it depends on the seller, to be honest with you. So some sellers are saying they really are not comfortable with having someone in an open house. So what we're doing at Give Back Team is we're doing them virtually. So we actually will plan an open house just like every other open house. And we go live on Facebook. We go live on Instagram. We go live on all social media. And we also invite people to join us. So that is something that some agents are doing with their listings to do that. But I will say most sellers now are allowing interior access with an open house. But what we've been doing, and I can give you an example, the weekend that my appendix decided to burst, the team was doing an open house in Austin Ridge and Stafford, and they literally had a line outside the door. So we practiced social distancing. Everyone must wear a mask. It's the principals only, meaning only the 2 buyers and the agent, or us as the realtor being able to show you the home. And we limited the number of people at a time in the house. So we would give the tour, or if the realtor wanted to do it, and give the tour of the house. And then you would sign in so that we could, just let the seller know, if anything happened and anyone became ill, we could let everyone know. But that's how we've been managing the open houses. So yes, agents are doing open houses. There are more and more of them that I'm now seeing in the MLS that are coming up. So depending on your comfort level too, if you're buying, if you want to go to the open house or do appointment only. But it's almost a hybrid when you're going to see them in person. Right. It's like an appointment, sort of. You have to wait to go in most cases, but it's obviously practicing, as much safety as we can for all parties involved.
Yeah, but you're still getting it done, which is awesome. I mean, they can still see the house and still kind of get a good feel of everything. All right, we are out of time. So, Ginger, we certainly hope that you continue to recover, by the way. And,
Thank you.
I hope you can get in that swimming pool soon.
Me too.
I know. This is the time where you want to be in the swimming pool, so I hope you can get in there soon. All right, official Give Back Team on Facebook. That's where you can find the entire team that will help you through every step of the way. You can also get them on their website, givebackteam.com. You can email Ginger, ask her any of your questions, any follow-up, and she'll walk you through the process every step of the way. Ginger, thanks so much. We appreciate it. I hope you have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Robert's in the Rappahannock at Goodwill Time Saver Traffic Center.
Sponsored by OverheadDoors.com. Overhead Door Company of Fredericksburg, now open and offering the best in local garage.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
That was fun. I'm glad we got some good questions.
Yeah, we did. We had a lot of good questions rolling in.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was really good. Really good. Well, fantastic. Well, all right then. I think we're all set. But how are you guys doing on the podcast?
I think what we're gonna do is kick off now season 3.
Okay.
And we're gonna do we're gonna switch gears a little bit, and it's gonna be more like interviews, just with like different people in different areas, just to get a general sense of what the market's doing. Because a lot of people are wondering, like, if I'm leaving here and I'm going to Boston, what's the market like there? So we're starting to line up different people like all over the place to just kind of have conversations about what's going on in real estate, generally speaking, in addition to here. So, and I actually got approached by someone who wants to be on my podcast.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Zach and I were like, wow, oh, okay, cool.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. So, I know next week, I mean, everything kind of got paused for the last 2 weeks. And next week is kind of really my first week sort of back in
Right,
things.
Yeah.
So, next week when we're all back in, Zach and I are going to kind of sit down and go over, like I said, the calendaring of stuff. And so talk about the podcast too, and when we're going to start doing some of the interviews again. So as soon as we figure all that out, we'll send you guys a message, and maybe we'll do another Zoom meeting where we can, kind of get on the same schedule and all that good stuff too.
Yeah, just let me know. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, awesome.
Well, keep getting better.
Thank you. Tell Megan I said hi.
I will.
All right, have a good weekend.
Hey, thanks, you too. Bye.
Bye. And it's a wrap. So I usually, like I said, am in the studio. We usually have headsets on. You guys may have seen those before. We do post some of the past recordings of what we do in the studio. But Dee and I are usually, across from each other. It's almost like you and Dee. You are Dee and I am me. And then Robert beams in from another location, and Ted jumps in usually from the right, and because he's doing another show, so he jumps in and does the news, and usually we do a contest. So it's a lot of fun in the studio. It's kind of an electric kind of feeling, and you can hear the music in the background, but it's kind of crazy too, because you, as the viewer watching it like this, you don't necessarily hear everything because so much is done here. And it's not, playing necessarily through the studio. So it's a little disjointed, I guess, if you're a viewer like that. You actually got to hear probably more being on the phone, and going this way. So hopefully next month I will be back in the studio. That's the plan. And I'm usually in the studio every first Friday of the month. And this isn't even the first Friday because it's, the 10th of July, because it was the 4th of July weekend and they were off radio on the 4th, which was that Saturday. So that Friday was the holiday. So sometimes we even push into the second Friday of the month. But if you have any questions, I'm always happy to answer them. I'm also a stager, so I can give you staging advice as well. If you're in Northern Virginia, I would love, and the team would love, to help you buy or sell real estate in the Northern Virginia area. And if not, we work with great agents across the country. And actually, we even have some partnering agents outside of the US that can help you too. So if you need assistance anywhere in the US, definitely let us know, because we can find you, and I work with agents just like me across the country. So we can get you a well-seasoned agent that really knows the market in the area that you're looking, or a family member might be looking, or a friend. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to call it a wrap. and see you next month on the radio. I guess you don't really see me next month on the radio, but you can see I got all dressed up for you guys today. So this is kind of how I've been doing Zoom calls, but I did wear my Give Back Team shirt. So there you go. All right. Take care, everyone. And that's it for the Ask a Realtor segment on B101.5 for July 10th. It's a wrap.